Here is everything you need to know about the reports of a potential new takeover bid of Manchester United. And it starts off with this because moments ago, a man by the name of Turki Al-Sheikh, he dropped a tweet suggesting that United were in the middle of an advanced stages of a deal to sell to a new investor. And it came as a shock to everybody. Now, two things to remember, starting off with one, Manchester United are a publicly traded company on the New York Stock Exchange, which means that under SEC regulations, if I'm not mistaken, if anyone makes a formal offer of 5% or more in potential ownership bid, it must be disclosed. That is very important. Now, does that mean that the tweet is completely debunked already? Not necessarily, because number two, private talks still can happen between the owners and the Glazers family and whoever is interested. And just keep that in mind, and let's go back to this. Who is Turki Al-Sheikh? Now, he obviously has some sort of relationship with Manchester United, as you can see here, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, but he is the chairman of the General Entertainment Authority, and he is also an advisor at the Royal Court of Saudi Arabia. And one of the major things that Turki Al-Sheikh is involved in is this, the Riyadh season. Now, the Riyadh season is an annual entertainment and cultural festival in Saudi Arabia's capital, and it runs from October to March, and it's part of the country's vision to promote tourism and creative economy and all these things. And it features concerts, sports events, exhibitions, food festivals, you name it, you got it. It's an incredibly huge event. Riyadh season, it kicks off on October 10th, which is tomorrow. Now, does that mean that this was a strategic tweet by Turki Al-Sheikh to Engagement Farm to bring more attention to the Riyadh season? Not necessarily, because this is a guy that has over 7.2 million followers on X alone. Riyadh season has a football element to their celebration, and interestingly enough, from what I can research at this moment in time, the 25-26, this upcoming Riyadh season, as of now, does not seem to have a football game aligned. Now, this is where things get interesting, because if we follow the breadcrumbs, our good friend Laurie Whitwell reported that Manchester United were considering Saudi Arabia as a venue for a mid-season friendly. Now, United aren't playing in Europe, which means that they have less games, and less games means less money for generating revenue. Now, if you're wondering, John, United can be playing anywhere else in the world. Why Saudi Arabia? You have to remember, in 2008, Saudi Arabia, or Saudi Telecom in this case, they signed a 5-year marketing deal with Manchester United, and it was the big one because it was their first ever investment to a non-Saudi football club. And it doesn't end there, because in 2017, Manchester United agreed a strategic partnership. Now, the agreement was Man United basically aiding Saudi Arabia and the General Sports Authority to develop its football industry. But would you look at that? And that's our main man in question. That's Turki Al-Sheikh. Saudi Arabia, the public investment fund, is currently in charge of Newcastle. Right there could be a conflict of interest, along a host of many other things. But overall, this is what's going on right now. There are breadcrumbs and clues about what's going on at this moment, but we can't really tell for sure if anything is actually concrete or if it's just speculation. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments.